Yeah, greetings. It's time to cook. Sunday dinner this evening. We are going to be cooking brown stew fish. Yeah. See, what you do is when you get the fish from the supermarket or the fish shop, wherever you get your fish, make sure you clean them yourself, because I find that the people in the fish shop, even when you tell them you want them clean, they take them around the back and they say they're gonna go clean them, but then they come back when you're ready to cook them, you know, they're full of scale, and sometimes some of the little things that you don't want to eat inside the gut is still there, you know. So what I do when I get my fish from the fishman, I spend some time and I fully clean them all over. So I've cleaned them up and cut them into pieces that we can put on the plate. So now everything is nice and clean and ready. What we're gonna do is we're gonna chuck them into the pan for the marinade. You know, Jamaican people we love to put marinade for everything. Ideally, I treat my fish exactly like how I treat meat. I put the spices and herbs on it, and yeah, so this. And let them sit for a little while and just go and soak up all of the juices, see? Now, today I'm cooking for 6 people. So we bought 3 snappers, a nice size snapper, each person can have 1. That's how big it would be if the head was still on it, but I took the heads off because, yeah, I have some people in my house who don't like eyes, so they don't want the head, so I took the heads off. And what I'm gonna do with the heads later in the week, I am going to make a fish head soup. Once again, I won't be telling them that there's fish head that make the soup, I just give them the soup. And let them just go and eat the soup. And I know say the fish head that's in the soup, you know, the soup tastes nice and thing. Everybody just eat the soup, nobody not care them time, that them not really worry about eyes. But once you have the eyes in front of them on a whole of fish, you know, say some people is gonna screw up their face and say, nah, Sam, I don't want to eat no feathers, no fish head, you know. I don't want no chicken wing with feathers on it like that. It's the same thing, you know? So, yeah. Get that all set now, so we're gonna marinate up everything, you know. Chop up my onion and my scallion and my thyme and everything and put them on the fish. So we're making brown stew fish with rice and peas. Alright, so we're gonna get the fish nicely marinated up first and get that setting there going, and then get 1 medium-sized onion. Yeah, get a medium-sized tomato as well, and if you have any cut tomato that you used earlier in the day and you have some of it left, you might as well just get it used up and get it in the cooking, that's it. So you don't have to waste too many things these days, guys. Once again, we're still in lockdown here in Australia, you know. I don't know about the rest of the world, how you guys coping with your lockdown, but my coping mechanism is just to cook for my family all the time. I'd say definitely every weekend. I cook Saturday and Sunday. Definitely every weekend for the last 4 weeks, which I hope is some kind of a treat to the people in my house, yeah? So nice and chop up. This is fresh from my garden. Fresh from out the front, fresh thyme. So give it a little bit of a wash and get it in the pan. It's gonna come in very handy later. And get all them nice little chop up thing there in. And so we have here some Cajun, or I'll call it occasion. Yeah, a big, just a tablespoonful of Cajun. We're gonna put in half of this Himalayan salt. This is the pink one. Not put in too much all at once and keep some. I got some garlic powder. Yes, and we've got some onion powder. And we mix it all up in there. And then what we have here is the all-purpose seasoning. Yeah. All right. Get all of that in there. And normally I like to use my hands to mix up my marinade, but because the fish have bones in it and I'm not really too sure exactly where all the bones are at this point in time, so me not take the risk about me and mix up with my hands, you see. Save my hands for other things, you know. Yeah, save my hands for like writing and kneading dumplings, yeah, that kind of thing. Chop up my tomato and thing, get it all in there, right? Okay, so get all these nice marinated and get ready. So we treat the fish exactly like how we treat meat. It needs spices and herbs, you know. So there's 6 people. One person's gonna get one piece of that and one person's gonna get a whole fish. This fish is a mullet. Yeah, this is the red mullet. And in Jamaica, I don't know, we used to be able to get them quite prevalent, but these days I'm not too sure how easy it is now to get mullet. Alright, so since we have cooked brown stew fish for dinner, right? We're gonna let this sit down for a little bit and just chill. I have a couple more things to take care of in the meantime. When we come back with the fish, we'll put in a little bit of flour on the outside of the fish. Just roll it very gently in the flour, just to give it that little bit of encouragement to go brown quickly. And any little bit of spices that was left behind, put it in the flour as well, yeah? Tap it a little bit more, maybe every 3 or 4 bits of fish. We'll have to recoat the board with some flour and get the thing going, yeah? There's a little bit of pimento as well on the outside there, yes. Yes, just a little smidgen so you can smell it. A little bit of black pepper, yeah? Alright, that's for the fish for later when we go back to the fish. Alright, but so since we are making rice and peas. For my rice and peas, I like to have a fresh coconut. Alright, so we get the fresh coconut now from the shops. And we also like to see if we can catch some of the coconut water. Sometimes they're nice to drink. Eh? Nice one, this coconut's gonna be good. I can already tell. Alright, I can already tell this coconut's good. Yes. So we cut the coconut in a round way, because I'm going to show you shortly. How modern day times, I'm not using no blender, I'm not using a grater. I use a very special tool that I pick up along the way. Alright, so make that rest us for a little bit. I'm going to go and set up my next little move and I'll show you. Well, this is my newfound grater. I discovered this maybe around about the same time when I met my wife. This is what the Sri Lankans use to grate the coconut, to extract the kernel from the coconut. Now I have to tell you a little joke. A lady messaged me the other day and asked me, what do I mean by fresh coconut milk? First of all, she asked me if the water that comes out of the coconut was the milk. And if it wasn't the milk, how do I get the milk? And where is the milk in the coconut? All you Jamaican people, stop laughing now. Alright? So, what we're gonna do is extract all of the coconut kernel. And what we're gonna do with this is, we are going to add some warm water and squeeze out all the milk. This is where the milk comes from. I like using fresh coconuts because I think that the one in the tin make your rice go gloggy. The fresh coconut always make the thing come through nice and crisp. And yeah, this one need a bit of oil as well. So I can guarantee you, I mean I'm taking my time right now, but if I was in a rush, if I had a dozen to do, I'd be speeding up. But he's a man that like use too much energy, you know? I go slowly, get the job done. I'm not in a rush. I'm just in my kitchen cooking. And if you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch anyway. You can leave and go up to KFC and go down at Kentucky or Mr. Old McDonald and his farm, whichever one you prefer. But if you want to eat healthy and you know where your food's coming from and how many people with coronavirus touching it, then you cook at home. Cook your own things. See me? Yeah. Alright. I'll come back in a minute, and show you the second phase of extracting the milk from the coconut. And this is for the rice and peas. See that? Easy! Alright. So we fully grated the coconut now with the coconut scraper. Yeah, when I live in Jamaica, Sunday daytime I used to get really upset. My mother used to make me do all of the grating. Yeah. So now we need a little bit of hot water to get all of the sleeping milk out of the coconut. Now obviously that's too hot for me to put my hand in it. So I'm gonna get some cold water to make it easier to handle. Put some cold water in just so that I can actually get my hand in there. And if it's too hot, as it is right now, just put it aside, let it cool down. Or another thing we can do, since we don't have the luxury of time to waste, is just pour it out through the strainer. So we have the start of the coconut milk right there. And this is good enough for now to pour into my rice and peas pot. Wash it off and strain it straight through into the rice and peas pot. Fresh coconut. I'm still gonna squeeze this up when it gets cool enough for me to handle it. Squeeze it out and get all of those juices out of it still. Put it in the rice and peas pot. Alright, so just make this sit for a little bit. We have other things to do, like frying the fish to begin with. So I want the fish to get ready. Get some oil in the fish pan. putting in all the fish all at once because it's a big pan, you see. Get some fire going in there. Put the fish up on top there. Coolio, remember this flour? Put the flour aside and the fish is nicely marinated, yeah? And ready to go into the frying mode. So just roll it a little bit, just get a little bit of flour going on the fish. So we're gonna get this into the frying pan shortly. Yeah man, brown stew up the fish and thing. That's it. Get it nice and ready. Do every single piece. No man, no stone left unturned. This will be a way to get the fish nice and brown quickly. Yeah, brown stew fish, man. There's another kind of fish we can use, but very hard to get them here. Is the goat mullet. Yeah, but to be honest, my favorite fish to eat is snapper. It does have a fishy smell, but of course it's a fish. But it doesn't have the fishy taste. You know what I mean? It doesn't have the fishy taste like some other fish. But this one, nice and fresh. Looks like yesterday was the day they come in from the fisherman. So I'm very confident that they're nice and fresh and they will taste nice and fresh. Yeah, cooking can get a little bit messy, you know, but yeah, that's all part of it. Get messy and get right in there and then you clean it up. That's just the way it works. Alright. This fish coming on nicely, yeah? We're gonna have a little sauce at the end to go on the brown stew fish. So we're not disturbing all of the herbs at this point in time. We're leaving them in the pan so they can stay there and get ready for the cook. Yeah man, it's supposed to be getting that oil nice and hot. So when you put it in, it must sizzle straight away. You must hear the sizzling. So just get the fish ready. Yeah, everything you have to do by hand. You get your hand, make sure your hands clean before you start cook. Get a manicure, cut your fingernails. Make sure you don't have no germs underneath your fingernails going into your food. And even if it's your germs and they're alright for you, just remember, most times when you're cooking for other people. So make sure you take those other people's well-being in hand as well. Sometimes some people forget. Alright, so make them sit down this for a little bit. Wash on. Now that we've got this oil nice and hot, it's ready and it's time for us to get the fish in. Now this is the red peas boiling now for the rice and peas. So it's just getting steam up and things. So nice and hot with the oil for the fish. We'll get them in. I just want them to brown up nicely. Want them to brown up nicely, you know. And don't want to overcook them, so the flour is going to help to get that nice brown color pretty quickly. Fish tend to give off its own juices as you're cooking them. So what you'll find is that they might try to stick together in the pan, but as much as possible while it's frying, while they're doing the browning, try to separate them from each other so they don't stick together, and that way you avoid breaking them up when you're taking them out of the pan. Because we're gonna take these out of the oil after they become a bit nice and brown. We're gonna take them out of the oil and put them aside while we make that gravy to put them in. Gonna make the stew. Alright, so already, because the fish has been marinated for a few hours, I can already smell that marinade coming through. So, you know, this part probably take 10 minutes each side to brown up. So we flip them once, try to flip them only once, and on the other side it should be nice and brown. We're gonna set them aside and then work on our sauce. Alright, so I still have to go and extract some more milk out of the coconut. Give me a few more minutes and then we get it into this pan. Alright, time to get the last bit of milkiness out of the coconut. Yeah, squeeze it out, get out every little bit of whiteness. And when we were little, live in Jamaica, when moms finish squeezing out all of the milk out of the coconut trash, yeah, we used to get that, and we used to run to the sugar jar and mix the very tasteless trash that had nothing, no substance, nothing good in it. And we used to mix it up with sugar, and that was a treat. Me personally, never really liked too much of the sweetness. Yeah, so my siblings, yeah, I'm nuts for this one. So, just a little bit of the milk that's coming out nice and rich, and this is going to go into our rice and peas. And my good friends watching this tutorial at the moment, well, that is how you get coconut milk out of coconut. Actually saw something about this on MasterChef a few years ago. And even some of the experts couldn't explain it. Alright, so nice fresh coconut milk, one more strain. Yes. Get that piece of our rice and peas. But we have the fish thing going on here. Pretty soon we can flip. Now we're going straight in. Nice one. Time to do a little bit of cleaning up now, alright? So we won't take you through the cleaning up process. We are still in the browning stage of this brown stew fish. Just getting the fish nice and golden brown. Alright, and then we're gonna take it aside and let it sit for a few minutes before we get it back into the gravy that we'll be making up. So this is my rice and peas just going nice and easy. I mean, it's still like 4 hours before dinner, so we're not in a rush to make that go any quicker. But what we have to do over here pretty soon is get all these extra bits from the marinade, and we are going to add some more stuff to it, like some vegetable stock and a little bit of extra Dunn's River fish seasoning, and of course always there's a hero to the dish, and there it is right now, the Scotch bonnet. It hasn't gone in yet. Okay, next phase of the cooking. We're gonna create some sauce now for the fish to go in, because right now we're just about finished with the browning of the fish. And right now we're gonna put some other things in place to get that kind of stewy thing going on. We call it the brown stew. So we're doing the browning and now we're gonna do the stewing. In my kitchen, me day, I cook and listen ready. Help me cook my Sunday dish. It's like rice and peas and cabbage fish. Well, some vegetable stock. So I use pure veggies, no meat this time because fish we have cooked up. Put some vegetable stock. And the big secret, Jamaican fish seasoning, all the way from Dunn's River Falls. I've never Dunn's River Falls, but it's called Dunn's River Brand. And the secret, I'm putting in the Scotch bonnet pepper. And then we're gonna add a little bit of warm water. Yeah, not too much because the fish also gives off its own juices when you're cooking it. So the browning process is just about finished. We're not putting any food coloring or any extra browning sauce. Yeah, we just want pure natural flavors, yeah? Brown up the chicken, brown up the fish, brown up the national dish. Put them aside for now. And get rid of some of this oil because we don't want so much oil. We don't want so much oil. What we want stewing time. See, so put this in the pan and make all these spices and herbs cook up. Twist of lemon. Good measure. Okay, so this is what we're working with, yeah? See, all my fish is nice and brown, sitting on the side, waiting for the next phase of the cook. In the meantime, if we're making brown stew fish, right? Then certainly, when the fish get brown, you gotta put it in some kind of a stew, right? So you may wait for now. I'm just waiting on all of this for the onions to cook a little bit. And I got a half a capsicum in it, sweet pepper. Wait for that to cook a little bit as well. And for the Scotch bonnet to release some of the flavors. Because that's what we want. We don't want the heat, we just want the flavors from the Scotchy. Alright? So we just wait for that to happen. And then we're gonna put the fish back into this broth and cover it for a little bit. We don't even have to cover it. We just put it back in the broth, let it steam down a little bit, and then the fish is already cooked, and we don't want to overcook it as such, because once already fried. You can eat it as it is right there, right now, and if anybody in the family put their hand up and say, I don't want mine in the gravy, then they can just take theirs and have it dry. But defeat the purpose when you come all this way to not go all the way to the end. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is just gently put the fish back into the gravy. And here what no, you don't want your fish to break up, so you want to be very nice and gentle with them and put them in individual pieces. You don't throw them in. And we keep the chili out of the way because we don't want it to break in the meal. And we're gonna turn down this fire a little bit more as well, because right now the fire is bright and we don't want the fire so bright, you see. Yeah, this is our Jamaican brown stew fish, and I can tell you that every Jamaican have their own methods and their own recipe. I'm not saying that mine is the right one. In fact, it can't be, because I create my own. I create my own style. I take a little bit of the knowledge that my mom passed on to me, but I can honestly say some of her teachings I actually improve on them in some respect. But that's how life is supposed to be, eh? We evolve and we grow and we learn and we share, and yeah. So gonna turn down the fire now and cover this for a little bit and let it steam on a very low flame. I will just be about ready in about 5 to 10 minutes. This is the end result. Jamaican rice and peas and brown stew fish cooking with the stick. Like I said, if it smells nice, it tastes nice. So this will go down really nice with a nice glass of red. In company. I don't share for people, I don't share for myself. Anybody who wants to eat, they can serve themselves, because I think it's rude if you put your food on your plate and you don't finish it. So serve yourself and remember to share, subscribe and like. Bless up.